Hello students, welcome to Biology Tutorial Hub channel. Today we are going to do exam questions on the cell theory and cell types. This is Unit 3, Grade 9 Biology. Let's go to do those questions. Question number 1. Who was the first scientist to observe and name cells after examining cork? A. Anton Hooke. B. Matthias Sheldon. C. Robert Hooke. D. Rudolf Virchow. Which one is the correct answer from the given alternatives? Who was the first scientist to observe and name cells after examining thin slice of cork? Good. The correct answer is C. Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke was the first scientist who observed and named cells after examining cork. So the correct answer for question number 1 is C. Anton van Hooke observed microscopic living organisms by his own microscope. Matthias Sheldon and Rudolf Virchow, they developed cell theory. Good. Question number 2. Which scientist is known as the father of microbiology for being the first to observe bacteria and protozoa, which he called animalcules? A. Robert Hooke. B. Anton van Leeuwenhoek. C. Theodor Schwann. D. Matthias Sheldon. So which one is the correct answer from the given alternatives? Good. The correct answer is B. Anton van Leeuwenhoek is the father of microbiology because he observed bacteria and protozoa by his own microscope, and he named bacteria and protozoa as animalcules. So the correct answer for question number 2 is B. Anton van Leeuwenhoek. Good. Question number 3. Which two scientists established that both plants and animals are made of cells, forming the first 2 points of cell theory? A. Hooke and Leeuwenhoek. B. Virchow and Hooke. C. Sheldon and Schwann. D. Schwann and Virchow. Which scientists established that both plants and animals are made of what? Cells, and forming the first 2 points of cell theory from the given alternatives? Good. The correct answer is C. Sheldon and Schwann established that both plants and animals are made of what? Cells, and they pointed the first 2 cell theories. So the correct answer for question number 3 is C. Sheldon and Schwann. Question number 4. What is the primary significance of Sheldon and Schwann's work? A. They discovered microorganisms. B. They invented the microscope. C. They established cells as the fundamental units of plants and animals. D. They described the process of cell division. What's the primary significance of Sheldon and Schwann's work? What's the significance of their theory from the given alternatives? Find the correct answer for question number 4 from the given alternatives. Good. I think you got the answer. The correct answer is C. Sheldon and Schwann established cells as the fundamental units of plants and animals. Cells are the basic units of what? Living organisms. Cells are the basic units of plants and animals, and the Sheldon and Schwann established this theory. They discovered microorganisms. Who discovered microorganisms? Anton van Leeuwenhoek. Hooke and Anton van Leeuwenhoek discovered their own microscopes. They described the process of cell division. The process of cell division is described by Virchow. The correct answer for question number 4 is C. Good. Sheldon and Schwann established cells as the fundamental units of plants and animals. Question number 5. Which of the following is not one of the 3 principles of cell theory? There are three principles of cell theory, yes? So which one is not the part of the principles of the cell theory? A, all organisms are composed of one or more cells. B, all cells contain a nucleus. C, cells are the smallest unit of life. D, cells arise only by the division of a pre-existing cell. So which one is the correct answer from the given alternatives? Which one is not the part of cell theory from the given alternatives? I hope you got the answer. The correct answer is B. B is not the part of cell theory. Yes, cell theory has three principles, and cell theory was developed by Sheldon, Schwann, and Virchow. The cell theory includes that all living organisms are composed of one or more cells. Cells are the smallest unit of life. The third principle of cell theory is that cells arise only by the division of a pre-existing cell. So this choice A, choice C, choice D are the three principles of cell theory. However, choice B is not the part of cell theory. So the correct answer for question number 5 is B. Question number 6. The principle that cells arise only by the division of a pre-existing cell was established by which scientist? A. Robert Hooke, B. Anton van Leeuwenhoek, C. Rudolf Virchow, D. Theodor Schwann. Cell theory has three main principles. One of the principles is that cells arise only by the division of a pre-existing cell. So who established this theory from the given alternatives? I hope you got the answer. The correct answer is what? C. Rudolf Virchow. Rudolf Virchow states that cells arise only by the division of a pre-existing cell. Good. So the correct answer for question number 6 is C. Question number 7. Which type of cell is thought to have evolved first and has a much simpler structure and lacks a nucleus and membrane-bounded organelles? A. Eukaryotic cells, B. Animal cells, C. Plant cells, D. Prokaryotic cells. Which type of cell is evolved first and has much simpler structure, and this cell lacks a nucleus and membrane-bound organelles? So which cell from the given alternatives? Good. The correct answer is D. Prokaryotic cells. Question number 8. What is the smallest and basic unit of living things? A. Organelle, B. Cell, C. Tissue, D. Atom. Good. I think you got the answer. Cell. Cell is the smallest and basic unit of living things. All living things are made from what? Cells. So cell is the smallest unit of living things, or cell is the basic unit of living things. So the correct answer for question number 8 is B, cell. Good. Question number 9. Why is a chicken egg cell considered an exception among unicellular organisms? A. It can perform cellular respiration. B. It is visible to the naked eye. C. It has multiple nuclei. D. It lacks a cell membrane. Yes? So which one is the correct answer from the given alternatives? Why chicken cells are exceptional? Good. The correct answer is B. Chicken cell is visible to naked eye. So these characteristics of chicken egg cell consider an exception among other unicellular organisms. So the correct answer for question number 9 is B. Choice 8 can perform cellular respiration. All cells perform cellular respiration. Yes. It has multiple nuclei. No. This chicken egg cell has only one nucleus. It lacks a cell membrane. Chicken egg cell has a cell membrane. So the correct answer for question number 9 is B. Question number 10. Cells vary significantly in several aspects to enable diverse function in living organisms. In what primary ways do cells exhibit this variation? A. Exclusively in size, with all cells maintaining a uniform spherical shape and identical metabolic functions. B. Only in function, as all cells are identical in shape and size to optimize diffusion efficiency. C. In shape, for example, branched neurons, elongated muscle cells, disc-shaped red blood cells, size from approximately 1 nanometer bacteria to large egg cells, and function, specialized roles like conduction, contraction, or transport. D. Solely in color and density with no meaningful difference in shape, size, or specialized roles. Yes, cells vary in several aspects to enable diverse function in living organisms. So, in what primary ways do cells exhibit this variation? From the given alternatives. Good, the correct answer is C. In shape, for example, neurons are branched, muscle cells are elongated, red blood cells are disc-shaped, and they also vary in size. For example, they vary from 1 micrometer in bacteria to large egg cells, for example, ostrich egg cells or chicken egg cells. They also vary in function. Some are, for example, specialized in conduction. Yes, for example, neurons. Contraction, for example, muscle cells. Transport, for example, red blood cells are important to transport oxygen. So cells vary in shape, cells vary in size, cells vary in function. So the correct answer for question number 10 is C. Good. Question number 11. What's the primary difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells? A. Prokaryotic cells are always larger than eukaryotic cells. B. Prokaryotic cells have a nucleus, while eukaryotic cells do not. C. Eukaryotic cells have a nucleus and membrane-bound organelles, while prokaryotic cells do not. D. Eukaryotic cells have a cell wall made of peptidoglycan, while prokaryotic cells have a cell wall made of cellulose. What's the primary difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells from the given alternatives? What's the correct answer? Good, I think you got the answer. The correct answer is C. Eukaryotic cells have a nucleus and membrane-bounded organelles, while prokaryotic cells do not. Choice A, prokaryotic cells are always larger? No. Choice B is the reverse. Prokaryotic cells have no nucleus, but eukaryotic cells have nucleus. And choice D, eukaryotic cells have a cell wall made of no. Prokaryotic cells have a cell wall made of what? Peptidoglycan, where eukaryotic cells such as plants have a cell wall made of cellulose. So the correct answer for question number 11 is C. Good. Question number 12. Which of the following pairs of bacterial cell structure and its primary function is incorrectly matched? A. Cell wall, a rigid layer made of peptidoglycan that maintains cell shape. B. Capsule, a region of the cell where DNA resides. Pili, aid in attachment to surfaces or host cells. D. plasmid, a small circular piece of DNA that makes bacteria resistant to antibiotics. Which one is incorrectly paired or incorrectly matched from the given alternatives between the structure of bacteria with its function? Good. I think you got the answer. The correct answer for question number 12 is B, capsule. This is not the function of capsule. A region of the cell where DNA resides. What's that? Nucleoid. Nucleoid is a region of the cell where DNA resides. It's not capsule. So this is a region of the cell where DNA resides is coincide with what? Nucleoid. What's the function of capsule? What's capsule? Capsule is a protective layer. It lays outside the cell wall, and capsule is important to protect the bacterial cells from physical or mechanical damage as well as dehydration. This is the function of capsule. So the correct answer for question number 12 is B. A, B, C, D ትክክል ናቸው። የባክቴሪያ ሴል ስትራክቸር ከስራው ጋር ከፋንክሽኑ ጋር ኮሬክትሊ ፔርድ የሆነ ነው። ቢ ግን የካፕሱል ስራ ምንድነው? ከሴል ወል ከውጭ በኩል የሚገኝ ነው። ባክቴሪያው አደጋ እንዳይደርስበት በኬሚካል ወይም በሜካኒካል ዳሜጅ አደጋ እንዳይደርስበት እንደገና ደግሞ ድርቀትን መከላከል ነው የካፕሱል ስራ። ይሄ a region of the cell where DNA resides የሚለው ኒክሎይድ ነው። So the correct answer for question number 12 is B. Question number 13. Which of the following characteristics is not shared by all living things? Both prokaryotic and eukaryotic. A plasma membrane composed of a phospholipid bilayer that separates the cell from the environment. B, genetic material in the form of DNA that carries hereditary information. C, ribosomes that synthesize proteins. D, membrane-bound organelles such as a nucleus, mitochondria, and endoplasmic reticulum for compartmentalization. Which one of the following is not shared by all living cells? Which one of the following is not shared by prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells from the given alternatives? I think it's an interesting question, yes? The three choices are shared by prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells, but one of the three is not the shared characteristics of all cells. So, which one is the correct answer? Good, the correct answer is D. Membrane-bound organelles such as nucleus, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum are not shared by all living cells. These membrane-bound organelles are only found in eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells do not have membrane-bounded organelles. All cells have plasma membrane. All cells have genetic material in the form of DNA. All cells have ribosomes, but only eukaryotic cells have membrane-bounded organelles. So the correct answer for question number 13 is D. Good. Question number 14. Based on the principle of cell theory, which scenario is impossible? A cell divides to form two identical daughter cells. B, a scientist observes a new cell under a microscope. C, a new cell spontaneously forms from a nutrient-rich pause. D, a muscle cell in your leg contracts. Which one is the correct answer? Which one is not impossible? Based on the principle of cell theory from the given alternatives? Good, the correct answer is C. A new cell spontaneously forms from a nutrient-rich pause. This is impossible. This scenario is impossible based on the principles of cell theory. All the others are possible based on the principles of cell theory. Cells or new cells arise from what? Pre-existing cells. Cells cannot arise from dead cells. Cells do not arise by spontaneous way. Cells do not arise spontaneously from dead cells rather than new cells came from pre-existing cells. ስለዚህ ሲ ሊሆን አይችልም። ህይወት ያለው ነገር ህይወት ከሌለው ነገር ሊፈጠር አይችልም። based on the principle of cell theory ህይወት ያለው ነገር የሚፈጠረው ከሌላ ህይወት ካለው ነገር ነው። good. Question number 50. How does the organization of DNA primarily differ between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells? A. Prokaryotes have DNA in a nucleus. Eukaryotes have circular plasmids. B. Eukaryotes have DNA only in plasmids. Prokaryotes have chromosomes. C. Prokaryotes have circular DNA not associated with proteins. Eukaryotes have linear DNA associated with proteins in chromosomes. D. Both have identical DNA organization within a nucleus. Which one is the correct answer from the given alternatives? How does the organization of DNA primarily differ between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells from the given alternatives? I think you got the answer. The correct answer is C. Prokaryotes have circular DNA not associated with proteins. However, eukaryotes have linear DNA and associated with proteins in chromosomes. This is the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell based on their organization of DNA. Choice A, prokaryotes have DNA in the nucleus? No, prokaryotes do not have nucleus at all. And eukaryotes have circular plasmids? Few eukaryotes have plasmids, but most eukaryotes do not have plasmids. Plasmids are mostly found in prokaryotic organisms, especially in bacteria. Choice D, both have identical DNA organization. No, the DNA organization of prokaryotic and eukaryotic differ each other. So the correct answer is C for question number 15. Question number 16. Which structural feature is the single most defining difference between a prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell? A. The presence of a plasma membrane. B. The presence of a membrane-bounded nucleus to house the cell's genetic material. C. The ability to synthesize proteins using ribosomes. D. The use of DNA as the genetic material. Which structural feature is the single most defining difference between a prokaryotic cell and a eukaryotic cell? Good. The correct answer is B. The presence of a membrane-bounded nucleus to house the cell's genetic material. This kind of character is found in eukaryotic cells, but prokaryotic cells do not have membrane-bounded nucleus. And they share that both prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells have plasma membrane. Both have ribosomes to synthesize proteins. Both have genetic material, or both have DNA. Good. So the correct answer for question number 16 is B. Question number 17. Which of the following pairs of cell type and structural feature is incorrectly matched? Choice A, prokaryotic cells, circular DNA not associated with histones. B, eukaryotic cells, membrane-bound organelles such as mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum. C, prokaryotic cells, true membrane-bounded nucleus enclosed the genetic material. D, eukaryotic cells, linear chromosomes associated with histone proteins. From the following is incorrectly matched from the given alternatives or incorrectly paired of the cell type and structure features of prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. Good, I think it goes answer. The correct answer is C. Prokaryotic cells, true membrane-bounded nucleus enclosed in the genetic material. No, prokaryotic cells do not have true membrane-bounded nucleus. The correct answer from the given alternative is C. C is incorrectly matched or incorrectly paired. Good. Question number 18. Which of the following cellular structure is incorrectly paired with the cell type it describes? A. Genetic location. DNA resides in a nucleoid region in prokaryotic organisms versus DNA is enclosed within a true nucleus in eukaryotic organisms. Choice B, DNA structure, circular DNA in prokaryotic versus linear DNA in eukaryotic. Choice C, cell division, primarily binary fission in prokaryotic versus primarily mitosis or meiosis in eukaryotic. Choice D, ribosome size, 80 subunit ribosomes in prokaryotic versus 70 subunit ribosomes in eukaryotic. So which one is incorrectly paired with the cell type it describes from the given alternatives? I think it's an interesting question, yes? Good. The correct answer is D, ribosome size. The size of ribosome in prokaryotic is what? Smaller than the ribosomes of eukaryotes. Eukaryotic cells have larger ribosomes. However, prokaryotic cells have smaller ribosomes. So choice D is incorrectly paired. Good. Question number 19. Which of the following statements about the importance of bacteria is incorrect? A. Bacteria in the human gut microbiome aid in digestion, produce essential vitamins such as vitamin K and B vitamins. B. Certain soil bacteria such as rhizobium play a crucial role in nitrogen fixation, converting atmospheric nitrogen into forms usable by plants. C. Bacteria are key decomposers in ecosystems, breaking down dead organic matter and recycling nutrients. D. All bacteria are pathogenic and harmful to humans, causing diseases. Which of the following is incorrectly paired from the given alternatives? Regarding the importance of bacteria, all are the importance of bacteria, but one. Which one is not incorrectly stated about the importance of bacteria? Good. The correct answer is D. All bacteria are pathogenic and harmful to humans, causing disease. No, only few bacteria are pathogenic and harmful to humans. Most bacteria are useful. Most bacteria are useful for human beings and other animals or other organisms. So choice D is not the correct statement. Not all bacteria, but only few bacteria are pathogenic and harmful to humans. Thank you for watching this video. I think you got a lot of information from these exam questions. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more exam questions regarding biology tutorials. Thank you. Goodbye.